So listen to this. KPA versus Thunder. This game, my God, this was just full of surprises. The Thunder came in swinging. I know in a previous video we had a show just talking about this matchup, and I must say I felt like this was a very tough game to call because both teams I just knew they would come out swinging. But the first team, like the team that came out swinging, was the Nairobi City Thunder, and of course, good coverage from our guys there at Fallen One. They did some very good work, especially in covering the game pre-game and also post-game. They did some very good job, neat job in there. But just talking about this game, it just exposed a lot of things that I thought about. Even I wanted to make a pre-game video, but I just held off because if I recorded that, it would have been one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made, and that video would not have been able to pass the test, to stand even the test of time. But looking at this matchup as we speak, KPA just got beat in their home floor. Mind you, the KPA Makane Gymnasium, the home court or the KPA team, when KPA play at their home gym, they record the highest win percentage than any other team when they play at home. And majority of their home games they win them all. But looking at this game, it was just full of surprises because the first team that I was expecting to come out swinging was KPA, but the Thunder just kind of proved me wrong at that point, and they just came out, and out of the gate you could see the players that we were really asking for their productivity, especially in a previous show that I made. They came out and they showed that they are very productive given such situations. And looking at even the KPA Dockers team, I know they made a few changes, especially in the lead up to this season. They've not had a lot of games that they played, so there was no many miles on their tires in there. And considering the fact that they were coming off an embarrassing outing at the Road to Bal, I knew there were kind of somewhat of some changes that needed to be made, especially when it came to their roster and they're competing domestically. And looking at even the guards that you expected from KPA to come in and stand out and play well did not play well at all. You expected a Eugene to be able to really come in and dominate the way he dominates. He had a very cold game. Lennox had a very cold game. Their front court wasn't the greatest. They were chucking off shots poorly. But if you look at the other side in the Nairobi City Thunder, they just came out of the gate swinging good. Garang Ding was just getting onto his own, and you could also see Grifo. And one thing, even at the end of the game, when Ariel Okal starts hitting threes on you, that's when you know it's done. And the only guy that I saw that had that spark in this game was Toby from KPA, because this guy, when he got subbed in, put up some very good shots, some quality shots, and he was that guy that at least made the difference when he came in, because he had some good scoring runs in there. At this point I saw he knocked down 2 back-to-back threes, which was actually quite crucial. But even looking at KPA as the team, they don't have very good shooters in there. Their front court, they didn't have very good plays in there, because I saw a lot of times they were just chucking up the shots, buffing up them shots, depending on the referee, trying to they're trying to use their tactics to get their home court advantage, tactics to get by in the game. But unfortunately, this is actually the worst I've seen KPA looked, especially when they're playing in their home floor. And this is one of those games that I believe KPA will want to forget, because even looking at how they played, they had a very poor game. None of their stars had a good game, and Thunder just came in and they were the road team and just stomped them and just beat them by 20. Even I mentioned, even in a post that I made, that KPA just looked washed. This is not the same KPA that we're used to seeing. And some notable mentions, you can see Dima was there, was playing well. James, he was there getting some crucial points. Ariel Okal was good, and his productivity was very important down the stretch. And looking at KPA, it just seems like this is just going to be a downward spiral if they don't make some changes fast, and as the season progresses. they might not be able to like make it back to the finals and defend, even go for that three-peat, because right now it just looks highly unlikely. The Thunder in this game just had more guys, more good basketball players, more productivity, more energy. And despite the fact that they didn't even rotate like their whole bench, I saw Moses Alier didn't play, Larry Shavanga didn't play, Olang Derek didn't play, but even the guys that were even in the rotation, see, Ken Washira had some sparks, has had some moments in that game, but he was not showing up for scoring wise. But you could see the Thunder how formidable of a unit they are. I could see Ariel Ortega was there. He played. He played. He didn't have like a shooting barrage. He didn't have a scoring barrage from deep, but you could see what he was doing. You could see for him, at least you could see he was able to overcome some of the demons that were just haunting him from his equity Dumas days. Because man, he got dazed by KPA. He got dazed by KPA in the semis, in the 2022 playoff semis, where you blow a 3-2 lead. And even in the finals, got dazed in there. But you could see he was able to overcome in his new team and his new role, and he was able to knock down those shots pretty well. So you could see the the way the Nairobi City Thunder set up. They just knew what shots they needed to take, and they knew what strategy that they needed to be able to win this ball game. And full credits to them, because they've shown the other teams in the league the blueprint on how to beat a team like KPA. I know things are quite different this season with all the transfers, with all the new players acquired in the roster. Sometimes you could see it takes some time for like a new player to be able to like get into the system of the team, and KPA are just gonna learn that the hard way, because I've seen they made some key acquisitions in there. Their front court isn't as dominant as it used to be, and I don't think that they're the team to beat right now. I don't think that they're that team that you can look at and say that you're frightened by them when you see them on the fixture, because right now as we speak, the number one team on the driver's seat is the Nairobi City Thunder, and they're the team that can beat you by north of 20 to 30 points right now, because they have mopped every single team. And right now they're sitting number one in the power rankings, because they had a very good outing when they played Equity. They have had like a very good outing when they played KPA, and I must say KPA did not look as competitive as Equity, so you could see the case can be made there. Like KPA just didn't look like they really want to be there. This game, I can say it was just done and dusted in the second quarter, because right down in the second half, the Nairobi City Thunder were just toying with KPA's backcourt. They just knew what shots they needed to take. Sigrid, before even was pulling up from deep, he was scoring in there, and they had to depend on KPA. Just had to depend on Joe Byron hitting the three, and there's no productivity coming from Odendo. There's no productivity coming from Eugene. Eugene actually was taking out the game early, and you could see nothing much you could say on KPA's side in there, because they just look very, very pathetic in there. But honestly, I don't think that they look scary. I don't think they're a threat right now. And honestly, they were just a threat for the past 2 years. But right now, it's the Nairobi City Thunder that run KBF right now, and they have the best team. They have the best players. They even have the best quality, because I saw a situation where it was not even about the depth. You could see the quality of players. You could see an argument, even a case can be made that KPA have the depth, but do they really have the quality outside their starting five? That's the question. Because if you look at the Nairobi City Thunder, they have quality everywhere. They won this game by 20 points. They didn't have to play Alier. They didn't have to play Olang Derek. They didn't have to play Larry Shavanga. They didn't have to play like a lot of their players on the squad, but they still were able to get the job done. So it tells about the quality of players that they had. So one thing that KPA needed to do, especially in this off season, is to swing for good players to be able to sign in the free agency market. But unfortunately, they're just focused on road to BAL, and I feel like that kind of messed them up, because the confidence, I feel like the confidence they had after winning the championship and even going to road to BAL was at an all-time high. But when they lost like that in that embarrassing fashion in road to BAL, it had just had a domino effect. I know a lot of people can say that the games played there are very different from the games played here, but there's a domino effect to that, because when they lose there, then they lose to like the team that is doing demolition jobs on the other teams. Of course, their confidence is just gonna drop a lot. So honestly, I'm very happy to see this result. And honestly, I would have put my money on the Nairobi City Thunder. They have the beat. They have a deeper bench. They have quality players. They are all the pieces that contender needs. And honestly, they're just a fun team to watch. And KPA right now, they just look a bit washed. I feel like this was a passing of the torch moment. KPA just passing the torch to the Nairobi City Thunder as the number one team in the league. And honestly, if you ask me, there was no way the Nairobi City Thunder were dropping this game to KPA like that. If the game was going to go to KPA's side, going to go to KPA's favor, it was just a matter of like, will it go to an overtime? But that we'll never know because KPA just got beat in their home court 20 points, 45-65. Let's just take a step back and look at this performance as one of the performances that we have not seen in the longest time. KPA losing in their home court like that, being embarrassed like that, being dogged like that. It was it was such an interesting phenomenon to see. But honestly, the Thunder just had all on paper they are the best team. Even I mentioned even in a previous show that I had on this channel, like even on paper, who has this most stacked roster? It was the Nairobi City Thunder. As much as they didn't even play their whole team in there, you could see they had the tools to be able to like match up against KPA in every single way. From three, KPA couldn't even shoot a three ball consistently, and it was just insane that their backcourt wasn't able to even get in the game easily, couldn't be able to draw fouls, didn't utilize home court advantage, and honestly, the Nairobi City Thunder just came in, toyed with the backcourt, and just stole that game in their home floor. And right now, all eyes are just gearing up to that time. These two teams are going to meet in Nairobi. I expect fireworks in there, and this is actually a very good game for the season in the course of the season, and hopefully we'll be able to see like a different matchup. And this game was so important because it just showed like who is the top team in the league. And then the just came in and just did that thing that they do. So yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comments on what you think. And also shout out to Fallen One, K Hoops, all those great guys, and also doing Derek. Also all the great guys that are just covering the game and just posting it on social media for everybody to see. Yeah, man, good props to you, man. Keep doing that good job. And also subscribe to their networks and channels to be able to get notified on anything Kenyan basketball. Yeah, man, I'm out. Peace.